Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Whilst the thoughts of Winston Churchill were not likely the assessment of mathematics at the time he gave us these inspiring words, their application couldn't be further from the truth. Mathematics forms part of nearly every element of life, providing the skills and a foundation that we all rely on. This importance is also well recognised in the Australian curriculum, whilst not every student is going to excel at maths. Providing learnings and measuring growth and achievement along the way, using a variety of 21st century teaching approaches and assessment tools is going to maximise learning outcomes, provide encouragement and engagement to all of our students to do their best and, more importantly, never give up. This will apply no matter what their abilities, backgrounds or individual needs or circumstances may be. Per the ACT Government's Teacher's Guide to Assessment, a variety of techniques and strategies can be used. Those being discussed today are self and peer assessment, the use of work samples and journals, formal testing and the use of marking criteria or rubric. As discussed by Spiller, the advantages of peer and self-assessment include benefits to self-esteem, engagement and student learning. Some disadvantages include the potential of bullying and bias. Apart from being a commonly used tool and highly valuable form of assessment, its ability to be seamlessly integrated into modern classroom approaches and practices should not be ignored. An example of this in action would be teaching Year 1 students strategies for advanced counting. Students will assist each other in developing counting in sequence, counting backwards, and skipping numbers. These are essential skills that tie into learning more advanced concepts such as multiplication and division. Samples and journals can provide evidence to the teacher of understanding of learnings which may influence the scope and sequence and approach of future lessons. They also can be used as a form of communication to parents and carers. Journals are a great reference point where it comes to writing formal reports at the end of each teaching period. An example of a Year 3 lesson where student work samples is of great benefit in assessing learning is in regard to learning multiplication and division of factors 2, 3, 5 and 10. Understanding and illustrating key relationship within these numbers is by way of work sample or journal will illustrate errors in interpreting key concepts. The review of work samples illustrates understanding in a quick, efficient and timely manner. This in turn influences future direction and teaching and ultimately aids learning. Of course, there are some potential disadvantages that should not be ignored. For example, resource constraints may limit their value, especially where an e-portfolio is used. Work samples may also not be as valuable where the required literacy skills and particular needs of individual students is limited, as their ability to illustrate learning using this method may be constrained. The impacts of journaling in assessment are further discussed by A. James. Formal testing will most likely always have a place in mathematics assessment. It provides data and information to illustrate and perform and report and compare learnings. Note should be taken to potential student anxiety together with the impact of environmental and personal factors that may arise. Unfortunately, it is very easy to overuse or over-rely on this assessment strategy, but when used in moderation, it is a very effective tool. Further discussion of the value, relevance, importance and potential pitfalls of formal testing, especially in a national context, is further discussed by Foster. Tying all the elements of an assessment together with a rubric is also a proven method to maximise the learning outcomes. Some of the benefits of a formal rubric are that they help keep learning on track, and it is also a great tool of communication to both students and carers. The elements and benefits of an effective rubric are further discussed by Brockhart. Elements of ICT can also be incorporated. This will further enhance learning as discussed by the New South Wales Board of Studies. When using ICT, it is important that sufficient resources are tested and available. Something learned from personal experience is simple as ensuring all devices are fully charged before each lesson. In addition, in order to maximise engagement, student level of comfort and understanding of related systems need to be considered. This is especially the case in regard to students with limited experience with ICT. The special needs of students, such as those with vision impairments, must be factored in. Results are a great instrument for assessing learning. There are many tools available to record results, and although your level of comfort and experience would need to be considered, an example of a great tool is a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. In addition, items can be easily cut and pasted into student e-learning journals, the result being both assessment and learning in one. Excel also contains a variety of elements which allow for extended work for some of our students. This includes the creation of VLOOKUP formulas, which specifically require advanced counting skills, understanding number patterns, and algebra. No matter what assessment method you use, keeping it simple and organised and using a system that is safe and reliable is recommended. Remember to back up all of your records and, where possible, password protect all of your data. In conclusion, as quoted by Galileo, mathematics forms part of everyday life. Teaching it provides essential life skills to our students. Using a balanced range of strategies to authentically assess this learning for all students, irrespective of their skills, background or experiences, is essential for optimizing teaching outcomes. Finally, the incorporation of ICT elements should not be ignored, as these can provide further opportunities.